How's it going, future millionaires of the world? My name is Roman, aka Young BizWiz. And did you know that Ford CEO said that China's Evo electric cars are basically the next big thing? And not only that, they're better than anything else in the world. Well, I think it's very interesting to talk about Ford, an American company, talking about China with everything going on with China, Trump, tariffs. So we can just dive right into this. And first things first, if you don't know Ford's CEO's name, his name is Jim Farley. And so Jim Farley is the CEO of Ford. He's been the CEO for quite a while now. And fun fact, if you don't actually know, he drives daily a Chinese Evo car. And whether people want to admit it or not, he has already said that the car he drives, he loves it. And he's been driving it. I mean, I remember the report coming out in like October of 2024, and they already claimed like 6 months. So it's been about almost a year since he's been driving a Chinese Evo car officially. And it seems like he loves it. I mean, there comes a time where he talks about, well, I mean, like, why would an American CEO of a car company, especially Ford, drive an electric car made by the competitors? And he claims that it's because he's testing out the competition and sizing it up. Like, it kind of sounds like it makes sense, but I mean, what do you guys think? Do you think he actually likes the Chinese Evo car, or do you think that, hey, maybe he actually just wants to test it and that it's just very normal to test out your competitors' products and there's nothing crazy coming from just this article alone? Which is why I decided to match this together with his recent statement about China's Evo progression with the Evo cars, the electric vehicles, and what he says about them, what I think he's really trying to say, and what he's trying to get out of it. So first things first, he came out literally about 2 or 3 days ago talking about how it's the most humbling thing in the world, how China's Evo electricity car vehicles and their technology is way further ahead than anything the West has. Now, that could involve Europe, that can also involve America as well. But in general, it seems that China is really high up and honestly in the forefront when it comes to electric vehicles. And he says, I mean, that they are probably at the forefront for a while and that they're going to continue that way, especially if nothing happens in the future. And so when I see this and read this at first, it kind of seems interesting that he says, first of all, facts like 70% of all EV vehicles are made from China. That doesn't sound anything too crazy. I mean, a lot of things are made in China nowadays, and it seems like, you know, China is really an outsourcing kind of country. Now, the thing that really interests me with the whole thing is, why would a CEO of a company talk about a competitor's or honestly a quote unquote hostile country's products that compete directly with you and with your whole agenda? I mean, this kind of seems like a death sentence. Like, imagine if the CEO of Amazon or, you know, the CEO of Walmart was just like, yeah, you know, Amazon's way better than us when it comes to delivering foods and whatnot. And I mean, in the next video I have coming up this week, I'm going to be talking about how Walmart actually is starting their own kind of, no one can come into the store and shop at Walmart. It's just going to be all online orders and placements, which I think is crazy, but it's a test. We'll see how it goes, and I would love to talk about that in another video. But anyways, it's kind of like a death sentence for a company to just kind of talk about another company's competition in a positive light, especially with, you know, you being the CEO and how much, you know, your stock can change just because of one thing you say or another. We've seen it with Elon Musk and Tesla and whatnot. So, I mean, why would he do something like that? And for me, when I think about it, I think he's trying to get the support, or he already has the support of the American people behind him. And what I mean by that is not just obviously the American people, the public, you know, the general population, but I think, you know, things such as like people higher up in the government, Trump, you know, things that make deals and money moves. It seems like America is going to try and obviously compete in this Chinese Evo market with electric cars. It's not just China, obviously. China apparently is at the forefront, so I'm using them as an example. But, you know, Tesla, Ford, I mean, all these other companies that make electric vehicles, Toyota, hybrids. I mean, it seems that America is going to take a certain stance on what it wants to do with electric vehicles. And then I don't think Ford CEO Jim Farley would just out of nowhere just talk about, you know, China in a positive light without really much of a of a plan to counteract what's going on. And I think personally, he's either gotten the support and he just wants to drive the nail home how important it is that he has the support and how much needed it is. Maybe he needed like a show in the public, like, hey, well, I have the support, but now I need to show you guys like this is serious and we need to actually work on this. And I mean, it seems that they're going to spend about $2 billion creating their next kind of vehicle in Ford's downline. So I think it's very interesting that they talk about that too. But the reason he says that China's vehicles are way above the competition's is a little bit surprising. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really think about it, but apparently he blames it on Google and Apple not sharing their technology going into the car market, which I think is very interesting. And to me, that doesn't really make sense at first. But when you think about how data works in China, it seems like, they're kind of becoming like a communist capitalistic kind of country now with, maybe the common people aren't as rich as we think and as we know, but at the end where all the, the whole idea of the businesses being ran and all the taxes and how the money's being made, China is making a lot of money through their, we can call it slave labor, we can call it whatever it is. But at the end of the day, they have labor that's skilled enough to make a lot of money and be outsourced to them and repeat this process repeatedly and be able to scale with it. And with the fact that I assume that their data sharing policies and everything that goes on in China isn't the same as other countries. And I don't even want to get into, people stealing data or whatnot. But if China's, social media giants, like I know some things in China are banned that they aren't banned in the United States, but they're banned in China. So they have their own version or platforms of them that they use. Like they don't use TikTok, they use like Xiaomi or something. So the fact that if they were able to get their technology giants to combine with their car industries and help lower the cost on their cars being made per car, and in the long run, how to make their cars better with all the data they get and all the information they can receive at their forefront, and especially all the money too as well. Well, instead of just having one company work on the car like Ford does apparently by themselves, you'd have multiple companies helping each other out, trying to make the best kind of product that they can with all the technology at their hands in different sectors, which combining together would make a way better car than if just one person worked on a car. Hypothetically, I mean, it's possible for one person or one company to make a better car. I mean, the odds are if you have multiple people working on the same project than just one, well, hey, 5 teams beats 1. Isn't that how the saying goes? So I think it's very interesting that he blames technology like Google companies. And I mean, I feel like they've dabbled here and there, but with everything going on, with all the tariffs, with all the, it's shifted more from the tariffs onto more of the immigration policies going on right now, and the P. Diddy case, which just broke out today or in the last 2 days. But in general, it seems like everyone's kind of shifted away from this whole tariff thing and kind of shifted into more mainstream. Like, we already know that things kind of go out of style after a few months or so, and with everything going on recently, I think it's interesting to talk about Evo cars, especially with the China-American relationship and how Ford CEO claims that they have better vehicles in China. And I think personally it's a call out for help, if not a show of, okay, we really do need the support. Maybe they have it already, or maybe this was their attempt to garner it. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And have you ever tried driving a Chinese Evo? A lot of people that travel around countries and everything on TikTok talk about how crazy it is, how nice these Evo cars are from China, and how it blows them out of the water. And I mean, these are people that travel around the world. Anyways, let me know what you think in the comments below. My name is Roman, aka Young Bizwiz, and thank you for watching this video. Have an awesome day. Take care. Peace.